What's going on, guys? Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. This is Bernie with CG Spectrum. We are going to continue with this penguin guy, helping get to the moon. Yeah, we'll finish this up today. And we'll probably do an orthographic view for him, front view, side view, possibly a back view. Not sure if he needs a back view, but we'll try it out. Alright, cool. Now I was trying to reposition his feet, give him a wider stance, see if that helped a little. His feet look pretty small to me, but we'll continue to clean this guy up and then make some final adjustments to it if necessary. Hey, what's up, Martin? Hey, Penny. Hey, Tony. You guys had a good week? Or a weekend? Let me know if you guys did anything cool. What did I do? I did some gardening. I don't know if I probably told you guys that I'm really into gardening. That's like a hobby that I have. Mostly edible thing because I like eating, as you guys know. So it's all like mostly edible plants and trees that I'm into. So this past weekend I did I cleaned up one of my raised beds, and I planted strawberries. Yeah. So I got the what would you call them? Maybe they're called bare root. But there's no plant growth on it. It's just the roots of the strawberry plant, and you just throw them in the ground. So that's what I did. The variety was called Quinault. It's an ever-bearing strawberry, which means it'll produce strawberries throughout the year. And there's another variety that I had from before. It's called, it's an alpine strawberry. They're like more wild looking. Like there's a smaller berry, but it tastes pretty good. Are any of you guys into growing plants? My brother is really into growing plants too, but he doesn't have a backyard right now, so his balcony, or his patio balcony, whatever you call that, it's filled with plants. It's completely filled. People, when they see his apartment from the outside, they probably think he's the crazy plant guy. Oh, Valheim? Is that how you pronounce it, Martin? I've never heard of that game. Gotta look it up. Oh, Tony, you did some plein air painting? Awesome. That's great. I envy you. Champions of Norath. See, all these games that you guys are playing, I've never heard of because I don't want to tease myself into, looking into these games if I can't even play them, right? So again, I envy you guys. Martin, what kind of fruit trees do you have? Oh, a greenhouse. That's something I want, Tony. Yeah, that's cool. I looked into getting a greenhouse a while back, but I just didn't have it's down on my priority list, maybe in the future. But yeah, those are cool. Apricots and avocado. Yeah, I have avocado trees. Man, I have a hard time with them. They're supposed to be easy to grow in California, but for whatever reason, they're not doing great. Yeah, they always get sunburnt because it's so hot out here. And I know, like, when they're a sapling, like smaller, they need some shade, right? But yeah. Penny, no excuses. My brother lives in an apartment too, and he has a ton of plants. I'm just kidding. But yeah, he has plants behind his TV. I'm telling everyone here, I hope he's not watching, but he has like plants, like a bunch of plants behind his TV, and he has like a grow light like behind it. So he's kind of crazy. He's basically filling his whole apartment with plants wherever he can. You hear the crazy cat lady? He's the crazy plant guy. Alright, let me try to concentrate on this guy. Oh boy. I don't have too much more to do, but you know. My most difficult thing in the process of creating art is finishing something. I don't know about you guys. I know for some of you guys it's brainstorming a ton of ideas that's difficult. Or deciding on, you know, different ideas or different designs. Coming up with different designs. Or, you know, deciding on a lighting direction or colors even, right? I've seen, you know, everyone's different, right? So it's interesting. But for me, the most difficult thing is finishing something, wrapping it up, cleaning it up. I guess I'm just not into it. So whatever you're not into is always the hardest to complete or to do when you're just forcing yourself to do it. But of course, I'm a professional. I'll do what I have to do. I'll get it done. Oh, I've had allergies this whole week too, this past week. I didn't, honestly, it's kind of dumb, but I never thought I had allergies. Every time my eyes would itch or, you know, my nose would feel funny, I just thought something was going on. I don't know, like maybe it was the heater being on, you know, it's just not humid enough. But I realized this past week that it was allergies. Sounds dumb, huh? But that's the truth. Yeah, my eyes were all itchy, my nose was feeling all weird. So I guess I have allergies. I think what it is that my allergies weren't so bad in the past, so I just never really thought about it. But this year it was pretty bad, or this past week. That's how I kind of looked into it a bit more. And it was probably because I was out gardening, so it was even worse. Penny. Yeah, the warmth behind the TV, it's like a microclimate. That's what they call microclimates. Yep. Hey, Audrey. Tony says he thinks the brainstorming part is the best part. It's definitely finishing things for me. Yep. Same goes for me. I love the idea stage. I could just sit around brainstorming, like throwing out silly ideas, like, you know what I mean? I love that part. I never get sick of it. Hey, Patrick. The best part is when you get paid. True. That's one of the best parts. What? Audrey says she just understood recently that she couldn't eat eggs after 30 years. How did that happen? For me, actually, I realize I'm slightly allergic to bananas, and I found that out maybe 5 years ago. So I've been eating bananas all my life, and then I realized more recently that I'm slightly allergic to it because my nose or my throat starts getting itchy, and I sneeze like when I'm eating bananas. And again, I think I just didn't think about it before, but yeah, I guess I'm allergic to it. Or maybe I'm just developing allergies. I have no idea how that stuff works. I'm just glad I'm not allergic to peanuts, because I love eating, you know, all that stuff. You know how when you look at the back of a package, it says there's food items that were processed at a peanut facility or something like that, or machines that process peanuts, like chocolate and stuff like that, right? So I'm glad I am not allergic to peanuts. So I can basically eat whatever I want. We're already going back to talking about food again. But yeah, I had a few friends that were allergic to peanuts, and man, I heard their stories, and it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's a super serious thing. One of my friends was telling me how he went to his friend's house when he was a kid, and his friend's mom had made some, I think it was chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, that's what it was. Maybe it had nuts in it. I think it was chocolate walnut cookies or something like that. Or peanut I don't know. Anyways, there must have been peanuts in it, because he said the mom brought him out, and he was he leaned over to smell the cookies, right? And then it just flared up, like his nose and throat and everything just flared up just by smelling the cookies. So that's some serious stuff there. Oh, also, that reminds me, over the weekend, I started making my own milkshakes. So my kids really like milkshakes, so the ice cream truck goes by every weekend. So we'll run out and, like, you know, get some milkshakes. But this weekend I decided, hey, let me try making my own. So we went out and got the ingredients and made our own milkshakes, and that was pretty fun. Oh, you would get a headache after eating eggs? Audrey? It's pretty crazy. Weird. Yeah, I never heard of people not being able to eat eggs. It's interesting. Hey, game animation. Yeah, is it just in North America where peanut is everywhere? I had no idea. Are other countries different? Oops. Oh, okay, Audrey. Yeah, in America, peanut butter, I guess, is a huge thing. We got like peanut butter powder too, that people put into their shakes and stuff like that. Hey, by the way, I was trying to avoid talking about this, but I am drinking coffee again. I am embarrassed to admit it, but I am back on the coffee. I'm confessing. I'm not going to explain why, because they're just excuses, but I gave in. Oh, man. I'm back on the drugs. I relapsed. Oh, but it works. It makes me happy. It makes me feel good. All right. But yeah, I felt guilty for the past couple weeks because I didn't tell you guys. I just didn't feel good about it. You know what started it, Penny, was the 85-degree bakery coffee that I told you about, the salted coffee. That's what got me back into it, because my wife wanted it, and I'm like, let me try some of that. And then it was over. So it's 85 degrees fault. They shouldn't make coffee that good. What's wrong with them? Excuse me. Oh, by the way, my favorite fruit are Taroko blood oranges. Have you guys heard of that? Maybe, is it from... No, it's not from France. Maybe it's from Italy. Taroko. Taroko. I don't know how to pronounce it. I say Taroko. Blood oranges. So it's not like the Moro blood orange. That's like the typical one you see at the grocery stores where it's all kind of red inside. Like a dark red. But Taroko is about maybe 30% to 40% red. But they're so good. It has like a raspberry flavor with the citrus. Why did I bring that up? I don't know why. Maybe it's... I'm relating it to the something that's addicting. Something that I really like besides coffee. Oh, and my favorite... I'm talking about food again. My favorite apples I'm mentioning this because recently I went to the store and I found my favorite apples, which is kind of hard to find around here. They're called Ambrosia Apples. Have you guys heard of that? Ambrosia? They're so good. They're super crunchy and crisp and sweet. Pretty sweet, like not super sweet, I guess. But it's just the crunchiness, the texture that I really like about it. But I think they're, at least originally, they're only grown in Canada. They had like, I think some kind of patent or something. I don't know what you call it, right? But no one else can grow it. Only like they could only grow it in Canada for whatever reason. You can't even buy the tree, I think. But yeah, they're so awesome. Well, I hate Washington. Is it called red? I think it's Red Delicious or Washington apples. Those are gross because they're like they have a spongy texture, so they're gross. But those are the apples I hate. But oh yeah, Fuji apples are good. I have a Fuji apple tree actually. So yeah, those are great. That's probably my second to third favorite. Gala is again tied for second or third. But my favorite for sure is Ambrosia Apples. They are the best. Yeah, Fuji apples are sweeter than Ambrosias, but they're crunchy too. Yeah, definitely sweeter. We should just do a food stream talking about food. Cause we're already doing that basically. Talking about food more than I'm drawing. Gonna get in trouble. Gotta start drawing. What's the most addicting food item for you guys? Let's just continue this. What is the most addicting food item for you guys? Or snack item? Like, tell me so I can get addicted to more foods. I want to go check them out. We need more addictions. Just kidding. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm just joking. Just kidding. Honey Crisp is really good too. I have a Honey Crisp. Do I have a Honey Crisp tree? No, I don't have a Honey Crisp tree, but yeah, those are good too. I have a Pink Lady apple tree and a Gala and two other ones that aren't that great, but they grow well in California. I think it's the it's like I think it's called Golden something Golden Delicious or something. I forget. And the other one, I'm getting old, I don't remember, but basically there's 2 apple trees that grow really well in California or in Southern California, like in warmer climates. Those are the standard ones they sell at Home Depot or something like that. But yeah, the more unique ones or harder to find ones are the Fuji apple and Pink Lady. Oh yeah, Audrey. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, Pink Lady. Yeah, those are a little bit more tart. Slightly more tart, yeah, but it's still good. Martin's not into fruit. It's all good. Well, melon and watermelons are fruit, aren't they? Aren't they considered a fruit? Or are they just considered a melon? Isn't that the same? I don't know. It's a fruit. It has seeds in it. Yeah, I like, I'm growing melons right now. They're seedlings, but yeah, like cantaloupe, honeydew. Yeah, when they're good, they're super good too. Yeah, I love chocolate. I love chocolate more than just any kind of. I don't really like candy, but chocolate's awesome. You don't snack on chips, Martin? I love chips. I used to eat a bag a day. I'm crazy, but I used to eat it like at night too. It's like the worst time to eat chips, but you know, to wind down. So this is so sad. To wind down, I would like put on a show, like I'd be watching a show at night, eating chips. That's horrible, right? It's horrible, but it was awesome at the same time. Tony says black tea with milk and sugar. Cool. Yeah, around here where I'm from, you know, you guys heard of boba black or milk tea with boba? That's super popular around here. People like line up to get that stuff. There's a lot of different stores here that sell milk tea, boba milk tea. If you guys haven't tried it, I don't know if you guys have Asian markets around your area, but there's a specific type of boba milk tea, or sorry, is it milk tea? It's a boba popsicle, right? Cream popsicle. That's really, really good. It's a brown sugar boba cream popsicle. You have to get the right kind. I don't remember the brand name, but you can't just buy any kind because they're not all the same. There's like ones that are really gross, but look it up, look into it. There's some. It's probably around here. It's $8 for a box. I think there's only 4 in them. So it's pretty expensive, but it's worth it. It's really, really good. Dark chocolate covered lemon marshmallows. I've never heard of that. That sounds interesting though. Where do you get it at, Audrey? Yeah, Tony, that sounds like a UK thing. The tea with milk and sugar, right? When I was in, I visited Kenya before when I was in college, and yeah, they were doing that. That's how I kind of got introduced to the whole milk and tea thing. But yeah, it was really good. Because of course, oh, sorry. Okay. Alright. I could talk about food all day. Any more? Give me some more ideas, things to get into, try out, some food items, snack items. Audrey mentioned one. What else? Oh, out of the typical American chips that I like, it's the, dang it, is it Lay's? But It's the crinkle cut. It's the sour cream. No, sorry. Dang, my brain's going haywire. It's that orange one. The sour cream and onion? No, it's not sour cream. It's sour cream and cheese. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's the orange one. The crinkle cut one. That one's like the most addictive to me. And my wife. We fight over it. Oh boy. I'm so pathetic. All right. Oops. I'm gonna stop talking for a little bit. Can't focus talking about food. Who cook? I lied. I'm gonna talk. Who cooks here? Who cooks a lot? I want my own personal chef. That's my dream. I actually would probably really be into cooking if I had the time. I think it's pretty cool. You can't lose by being great at cooking, right? You make other people happy, you make yourself happy. You save some money by cooking food yourself, better quality food, right? And you could get a job cooking. Can't lose. And you get to express your, be creative with the cooking. Can't lose. Let's all become chefs. All right, I'm gonna revisit these penguin's arms a little bit. They're looking a little too 3D, like there's too much form to it. I want it to look I want to try at least to make it look a little flatter. So I'm gonna try that out. Oops. Whoa. Sour cream and cheddar, Audrey. That's the one. That's the one. Even if they doubled the price on those chips, I would buy them. Ruffles, that's what it is, man. Aldera, you know what you're talking about. Pringles, yes, that used to be one of my favorites. Oh my god, they're so addicting. My kids love tomato soup and cheese sandwich. That's like one of their favorite things to eat. Lay's is rebranded as Walkers? Wow, never heard of that. It's weird how they rebrand things. It's kind of interesting, actually. Yeah. Even grocery stores, like, they're different names even in Northern California than they are here in Southern California. Even though it's the same branch or a company, they're branded differently. I don't know exactly why, but I guess there is a good reason for it. Audrey doesn't cook, she eats. Me too. Hey Nura, Nura is saying you clicked and it showed a tooltip of your layer name, layer number. How'd you do that? Are you talking about? So I went to the move tool or selection tool, right? Well, on my I just clicked V on the keyboard, and then you right click any area here, and it shows what layers are under there. So usually it's the, an order of layer. So here I could select layer 84 or go lower, and it'll select that particular layer that I want to move. So you just go on your selection tool or click V. It says it right here too. Click V on your keyboard for the move tool. And then you right click on your mouse. All right. Is that what you're talking about? If they don't like this image, the next image I'm gonna do is probably some non-human character who's eating a bunch of food. That's what I should do. Someone eating. You remember, like in Dragon Ball, Goku? He would be eating a ton of, like, hundreds of bowls of noodles or something. I'm gonna do something like that. Like an eating machine. Yeah, I think I like this new pass that I did on the dark part of the blue, or purplish blue. I think it looks better. Sorry, Mike. I feel a little congested today. Sorry about that. Again, it's the allergies. I think what I think are the allergies. Oh, Penny cooks everything from scratch. That's cool. Oh, Italian food. Yep, I like Italian food. That's cool. Risottos, yeah. Audrey says she likes McDonald's. You know what? I like McDonald's too, but that's where I draw the line, or I try to. I try to eat other types of junk food than McDonald's, but yeah, I definitely do like McDonald's. I just kind of draw the line there. I try to eat a little bit healthier junk food, but I definitely like the Big Macs and the fries, of course. But yeah, I think they don't have those apple pies anymore, right? At McDonald's, they used to have them, but I heard that they stopped making them. But I used to always get the apple pies at McDonald's too. They're so good. And the soft serve ice cream, of course. Wait, Audrey, are you saying that you can't do what I showed you on a Windows computer? I think you can do it. I'm pretty sure you can. An iguana with a fat stomach eating fruits. Yeah. Oh, what happened? If I could, I would add like this penguin dude should have a stash of like snacks on his backpack. Or like snack items instead of like these little scroll thingies on his belt. But again, for the purpose of this task, we're just gonna keep it simple. It's gonna get too complicated. Alright, let me try to finish this guy up instead of dragging this on. An hour later, I'm going to be saying the same thing. Let me try to wrap this guy up now. I think it's time. Oh, that's not working too well. Yeah, again, so the background I'm gonna leave as is. Someone else is gonna deal with that. Oops. Are there food items that you guys absolutely hate? That you would not eat ever? Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, normal food items that most people would eat, but that you just don't like. I'm not talking about, like, stuff that everyone hates already, right? You know, like, you know papaya, right? Some people really like papaya and some people hate it. I like papaya, but my wife hates it. One of those things. You don't like blueberries, Audrey? Wow. Interesting. What about the blueberries? What does it taste like to you? Like, what do you hate about it? That is interesting, though. I love blueberries. I have a lot of blueberry plants, actually. One of my kids' favorite things to do in early spring is to pick blueberries. Coconuts, that's funny. One of my kids, he used to love coconuts, but I think he got sick eating coconuts one time. Like, he actually got, like, I don't know, food poisoning or something after eating coconuts, and then after that he hates it. Like, the smell of it makes him wants to throw up, you know? It's one of those things. I remember when I was a kid, I ate a bunch of tuna, and then I threw up, and I couldn't eat tuna for, I think, a couple years after that. Coleslaw. Tony hates coleslaw, huh? That's interesting. Audrey hates cakes, pies, and most pastries. That's so interesting. Raw avocado? Yeah, my neighbor hates avocados. He saw me growing avocado trees. He's like, why are you doing that? I love avocados. Oh, it's so interesting how everyone's different, right? More avocados for me then. More blueberries for me. Yeah, it's good that we all like different things. If we all like the same thing, we'd be in trouble, right? The cost of avocados are going to skyrocket. Alright, so I think the base for this guy is basically done. I'm going to do a paint over on normal layers on top of everything at this point to make some adjustments. Yep. Yep. Do color dodge on the brush. Make that glow a little bit. Same thing with the red. Martin saying y'all nuts. Olives, oh I love olives. You hate it, huh, Penny? Olives, like, of course there's bad olives, right? You have to get the good kind. The really fresh, I don't know how to describe it. There's quality olives that are so good. My kids are really into olives too. I'm not talking about like the typical canned olives, like those black ones. Those are gross. Martin's like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Everything's delicious. Cake is like vanilla sponge. What do you like eating for desserts then? JD Smith, hey, what's up? JD Smith is asking, does this guy successfully make it to his destination, or does he end up collecting more band-aids? What do you think? I think it's kind of obvious what's going to happen to this kid. Does he look bright? I don't know. I don't know, but you never know. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Alright. Yeah, JD Smith is good. You're trying to bring it back to the artwork. That's good. Yeah, you're helping me out there. You're subtly reminding me, hey, talk about the art, man. Thanks, thanks. Yeah, so we're just cleaning things up here and adding little details. Not too much though, because again, don't want to complicate this thing. Want to keep it simple. Just gonna get rid of that. I might just get rid of that feather textures. Might just not be necessary. Oops. Hmm. Audrey, you're hungry now? Yeah, I get super hungry at the end of this too. Around 11, well, in about 30 minutes I'll get super hungry. I always eat lunch right after the stream. Oops. What are some weird food items that you guys like eating that most people don't like? For example, like durian, right? Some people, well, I've eaten it, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it. But stuff like that. What are some weird food items that unusual ones that you guys like? Trying to think of if there's something weird that I like. I would say it's not unusual, but I do like, when I eat pho, I always get tendon included into the pho. Some people don't like it, but I like it. But that's not really weird. Or I don't think it's weird. But yeah, I like tendon. What else? Oh man, allergies. No weird food items you guys like? Too scared to admit it? I really like squid. I had a coworker of mine that he thought I was so gross for liking squid. He wouldn't even try it. He was a guy from he was a German guy. He just thought I was gross for eating squid. But again, I think for most people that's just not too weird. Especially Asians, that's quite very normal. I'm gonna try making his pupils a lot larger. See what that looks like. Oops. Man, those are some huge pupils. Let's try to make it a little bit larger. I'm just gonna go with that one. Hey, by the way, quick question, guys. Oh shoot, I didn't. It's funny, I didn't scroll down on the chat. I thought no one was saying anything. Oh. JD Smith, funny you mentioned Olive Garden. That's that's one of my wife's favorite restaurants for some reason. It's kind of weird because I don't like it, but she really likes the soup and salad thing, like unlimited soup and salad. Yeah. But I don't like going there. We haven't been there in many, many years, but yeah, she always wants to go. Fabulous Zen, what's up? Hey, Antonis. Squid. Aldera, you don't like squid either, huh? Yeah, it is kind of weird if you think about it, I guess. Oh yeah, there are people that don't like seafood in general. Yep. Oh, fried shrimp's one of my favorite things too. My parents like jellyfish. Hey, Wei, what's up? Yeah, when jellyfish is done, it tastes pretty good. I mean, I think by itself it doesn't taste like much, but they put like mustard, like some kind of Asian mustard in it and stuff like that, and it tastes pretty good. Snails, yeah, I guess I'm not a fan of snails. There's sea snails and freshwater snails, right? I think like sea snails I eat, like I've eaten and they're fine. But yeah, I guess I'm not a fan though, in general. I would eat it, just not a fan of it. Real quick question though, guys. I want to ask you guys something related to art and just working as an artist. When you guys get discouraged, right, working on your art, or you just don't feel the motivation, what do you guys do? Throw out some ideas to everyone on what you guys do when you feel really discouraged, don't feel the motivation. What are some things you guys do and that works for you? And I'm asking because, yeah, a lot of my students in the past month or so have been dealing with things like that. So let me know. What are some things that work for you when you're discouraged, when you don't have that focus or motivation to do art? Besides just do it. That's a given. But yeah, what are some practical things you do that work? You put fire under your butt? Audrey says she goes to her favorite artists, check their very early work, and then look at the progress. Yeah. Yeah, everyone has to start somewhere, right? So I'm assuming that you're discouraged by, I guess, your progress on art, right? So when you see that, okay, everyone starts somewhere, they're not gonna be born being great at something, right? That encourages you to keep going. Okay, cool. Aldera says, I stop and look at art from some of my favorite artists because they inspire me. Yep, that's good too. Yeah, just getting inspiration wherever it's from, right? Whether it's other concept art, illustration, or even photography, even just looking at nature. Yeah, all that stuff could inspire you, right? In a different way. Audrey says, seeing that at some point they were at the same level as me is reassuring. Yeah, that's of course true. Aldera agrees. Wei says, I just started to pursue art, so I'm still new to this art thing, but I found out that it is similar to working out. Exactly. I like to compare all this stuff to working out as well, Wei, because you just have to keep doing it every day. putting in the miles, right? Putting in the work. You may not see results immediately, right? But you do it every day for, a year, 2 years. You'll see progress after several months, right, at a time. You know that you're making a difference. You may not be able to see it, but you are, right? Wei says, I pull out some motivational music, think about my goals, and check out art from others. Yeah, that's good. I also use music as well. I think a lot of us do. The other thing is, I mentioned this in the past as well, but it's important to write down your goals. You don't want to just keep it in your head. You want to write it down and print it out, or put it on a piece of paper and stick it on the wall somewhere so you can see it every day. I think that's really, really important. I don't think people understand like that. That's a huge difference. Meaning, like, keeping something in your head is not going to really do it. There's a huge difference between like thinking about something and just keeping it kind of vague in your head, compared to writing it out. You write it down and you put it up on the wall. That's much more powerful, I think. So yeah, try that out, guys. Wei says maybe watch some movies or anime about an underdog character struggling to reach their goals. Yeah, there's a lot of that, right? The underdog. Sure. Whatever works. You can watch Rudy. I don't know if you guys know Rudy. The football game, movie. Notre Dame. Aldera says, I also listen to artist stories too about where they started out, their struggles, and how they overcome them. Yeah, everybody has their own struggles. And everybody has to overcome, right? So that's great as well. Even, yeah, you could learn a lot by seeing other people's failures, right? How they dealt with failing. How they dealt with their struggles. That's something that a lot of people don't like talking about, or they don't throw out for everyone to see. But you can learn more, in my opinion, from seeing how people responded to failure. Because we all fail at certain things in life, right? I'm not just talking about art, but of course that could be related to art as well. But yeah, we all fail at a certain point. At a certain point, we can fail miserably, right? We can completely fail at something, or we can make huge mistakes in life. And most people, they get very discouraged and down on themselves, and they don't know how to get back up, right? In my opinion, it's so important to learn how to respond correctly to failure. Everyone's going to fail, right? Everyone's going to make mistakes. And even big mistakes. It's a matter of how we respond to those failures. It's something I'm trying to teach my kids right now. Yeah, early on, how to not to ignore failures or try to hide them, but really facing them, right? And learning how to deal with them. It's very important. Someone like myself, Again, I failed so many times, meaning, my life is full of failures, right? But for me, yeah, I never gave up. I always tried, never gave up, tried different things. And I'm not just talking about art again. It's everything in general. Yeah, you just it's so important to learn from your failures. Because it will happen. It's going to happen. Don't be afraid of failing. Learn from it when it happens. Make adjustments. And trust me, I know when you do make those big mistakes, you're gonna want to just go hide and crawl into a cave, you know? You're gonna want to give up. You're gonna want to have self-pity. That's gonna happen. At least I think for most people. It did for me, you know? You're gonna want to quit. You're gonna want to hide. And for me, a lot of it's not related to art itself, but other things. But again, all of this could be applied to art. But yeah, those times are gonna come as you get older and experience new. And for some people, it happens early on in their life, right? I think for most people, it happens later in life. But again, for some people, I'm sure for some of you guys out there too, a lot of these things happen early. Whether it could be health issues, right? Those are like the worst in my opinion, or the most challenging in my opinion, at least for me. Those things are very discouraging because a lot of it seems like it's out of your control, and it is, right? A lot of it is out of your control. Those are the things that I struggle with the most, is things that are definitely out of your control. Because there are certain things that you can control, right? Like how hard you work, the things you try, you know, the disciplines that you can incorporate into your life, right? To get better at something, to improve something. But then there are things in your life that are completely out of your control, you know? And how do you deal with that? Anyways, maybe I'm getting too deep here. I went off on a tangent. Talking about serious stuff when I'm painting this penguin guy. Yeah, that's what this penguin needs to hear, right? After he, you know, he's not giving up on his goal to get to the moon. This penguin guy's supposed to inspire all of us. Never give up. Keep trying. Keep trying different things until it works. Antonis says, I usually go out for a walk and watch things to inspire me. Also, I try to motivate myself and I try to think why I love drawing. Yes, going for a walk is always good. Get your mind straight, like get all the junk out of your head, right? Yeah, also, Antonis, going back to why you wanted to draw in the beginning, right? From the beginning, that's important, going back. Because along the way, we get things mixed up, right? So going back to why you wanted to do this is important. Yeah, that's very good. Wei says, I guess just seeing that everyone is on the same path and that we are sharing the same experience motivates me to go on. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the times it's easy to compare, you know, ourselves to other artists, right? that's something that is always going to be a struggle, I think. But it's definitely not the correct way to think, in my opinion. We're all like individuals, right? And at the same time, we're all like, you know, artists as well, right? Together. Yeah, you have to have both things in mind, right? We're on the same path in terms of like pursuing art, and we like creativity and things like that. But at the same time, we're all actually on our own individual paths as well, right? So it's kind of a paradox. It's both, right? So it's not right to directly compare ourselves to each other either, right? Yeah. Audrey says, if it doesn't work, I just cry and ask Hamza for help. That can work too. Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to ask the correct people for help, right? I think that's something that I think I still struggle with that, actually. I tend to try to figure things out on my own. And which can be a good thing, right? Because I'm not always looking for help, right? At the same time, there comes a point where you should ask people for help, right? And that's something that I've gotten better at, but yeah, it's definitely not easy for me to ask people for help. But again, at a certain point, after you've tried everything you can, you should ask people for help. That's the smart thing to do at a certain point, right? So that's good, yeah. Audrey says the main thing that helped me a lot was understanding that no matter what, we're all humans and we make mistakes, even pros. Yep. I mean, yeah, we're all human for sure. It's funny how some people forget that, right? When we look at people who have authority, or people who have more experience, or whatever it is, right? Again, it's not just with art, but with anything. Teachers, we're all human. Audrey says Bernie's stream, mukbang and philosophy. Oh boy. Wei says, I think those tips apply to life in general. Our life is an amalgamation of failures, but it's all about how one gets up after being knocked down, right? Yep, I agree with you, Wei. Wei says, I love the deep stuff. I usually don't talk about these things with friends. Why not? But yeah, I know what you're saying. Sometimes it's, you know, people don't really want to talk about deeper things, or they're just not ready for it, or, you know, it just depends on who you're talking to, I guess. But you guys can't stop me from talking here, so I could say whatever I want. So I do. Antonis says, I think we really need to listen this things from people who we are looking up to. I think we really need to. Okay. Yeah, I mean, people with experience definitely can give you good advice. Again, everybody has a different opinion, right? There's different schools of thought for everything, right? Whether it's religion or art, or how to, you know, get a job in the industry, right? Everyone has a different opinion, but it's good to hear what those opinions are from experienced individuals, because you can make your own decision then, right? After hearing multiple opinions, right? all the advice given from different people, different, again, the appropriate people, right? Professionals or people who have experience in what you're looking into, then you can make your own informed decision, right? That's what I think is great. So yeah, even with CG Spectrum, we have many different mentors, right? Even within concept art and illustration. So I definitely encourage you guys to go on Slack, post in those channels, right? The digital art channels, and get feedback from, you know, different mentors. That's a huge thing, right? Just to get different perspective on your artwork. And again, take it all with a grain of salt to some degree, right? Because their opinions are going to differ, but you'll also see commonalities between their feedback, right? Those when you see commonalities between what those the mentors are saying, you should really pay attention to that, because it probably means that it's true, right? Yeah, Aljara says, I much prefer hearing real talk, so you really know what to expect in the real world and how to prepare for it. Yeah, I think actually, I take that back. I was gonna say, I think we all want to hear what's real, or the truth behind things, right? But that's not true. There are people that don't want to hear it. So I take that back. Wei says, that's why I think one should look at others for inspiration. A little bit of competitiveness is good, but just the right amount. You need to push yourself. Yeah, competition can be healthy. But, you know, it's rare for things to be done correctly, as you guys all know. It's always a struggle to do things the right way. It never comes easy to do things the right way, but just because it's not perfect doesn't mean we shouldn't try, right? Because we learn as we're doing things. So yeah, I mean, competition in general can be good, as long as it's done in the right way. I mean, yeah, I could get deeper with that, but I mean, we live in a world it feeds off a competition, right? And in my opinion, yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, for what we have going on in the world, maybe we don't have a better choice, but we live in a system that I think is, you know, it's not perfect, obviously, right? But we got to work with what we got, right? I mean, we can't sit around just complaining about everything and not doing anything. So I'll leave that at that. I'm not going to go deeper into that. But yeah, you got to work with what you got, right? While still you could try to make changes for sure in life, of course. Not saying we just sit around accepting everything, right? But in the meantime, you got to work with what you got in general, in my opinion. I say that because, you know, there's people that will complain all the time about stuff without doing anything. And I understand why they're complaining. It's legitimate, for legitimate reasons, right? You just gotta use that energy, like that disappointment or frustration, in a positive way to make change, right? First in your own life in general. Because, I mean, it's easy to get caught in that mindset of just being bitter about how things are in the world. And I completely understand it. I would most likely agree with someone like that. But you gotta make the most out of what you got. Because again, it's one of those things, I guess, where you don't have control over a lot of things that happen in this world. So you just gotta use it. Use what you got. If that makes sense. Alright, I'm trying to avoid getting to the orthographic views. That's something that I hated doing the most when I'm working professionally. I try to avoid doing ortho views as much as possible. There's some people that don't mind it, but I absolutely hate it. It's just boring. But it's definitely a part of the job. Depending, of course, on what project you're on, what company you work for. Sometimes a three-quarter front view and a three-quarter back view is enough. And sometimes it's not. They want a straight on view and a back view and a side view. So that's what I'm gonna do for this one, I believe. Oops. Just gonna lower the opacity and draw over it. And throw down some guidelines. Oops. Have you guys all done an orthographic view yet? Aldera, what is that? Why is there Santa? Oh, you're just scared of doing it? Is that what you're saying? Yep, I still feel that way. Alright, so for this, I'm just going to be super loose first. I'm sure some people make it super clean, but I go super loose first just because I'm trying to get stuff down on it, on paper, so I can move forward with it. Because if I don't do that, I'll never want to do this. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Whoops. just gonna rough it all in. And then clean it up later. Yeah, it is tedious. Some people like it actually because it's kind of meditative, they say. And I could understand what they're saying, but nah, I'll pass. I'll pass on it. I don't need to do this. I have other ways of meditating. Yeah, so for next week, I'll probably do something different. It's probably gonna be a different concept. I'm not gonna bore you guys with an ortho view, because I'm boring myself doing this. But yeah, this is all stuff that you guys should know how to do. At least have one or two in your portfolio eventually before you start applying to places. It's so important to show that you know how to do stuff like this. Yeah, I wouldn't put like a ton of these in your portfolio, but at least a few, at least one or two, if that makes sense. Oops. Yeah, it looks too wide here. I'm gonna have to scrunch. Oh boy. Look at that. Look at that. You ate too many potato chips. Squish them in there. How am I gonna deal with this failure? That's the question. Alright, so that's a little closer to what I was expecting. still looks proportionally off from what I was wanting. I think just gonna make some adjustments. Use a warp tool. Actually, that's not gonna work. Cut this out. Hey, by the way, if you guys like the stream, please take a few seconds to give me a like. I'd appreciate that. And it also helps school out a bit. Thanks, guys. Alright, so we did shrink him down a little bit. The shape of the eyes did change a bit, so we're gonna have to adjust that. Or actually, I like the way it is right now, kinda. We might adjust the actual image, the colored image. Let's just keep going with it. The belt lost some of its curve. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. Oops. Way says about regarding ortho views, not yet, didn't even know what it was before you said it. Yeah, it's not the best part about concept art. Tony says you should do like a creature based on food. Yep. Maybe the next one, yeah. Mega chonker. Yeah, definitely got to make some adjustments for this to match the colored image that I did. Oops. But yeah, like I said already, I'm going to redraw this guy. This is just blocking things in to get this moving forward. That's what I've learned to do to counter my me being hesitant to start throwing stuff down here. Let me try skew out. Maybe not. I'm just going to sketch in the side view real quick as well. Again, just to get it in there, because I'll never do it if I don't do it now. So when you work in-house with the 3D artists, some of this stuff is unnecessary, especially if it's a the character that you're working on is a normal proportioned human, right? Then you could just get away with doing a 3/4 concept, but when you're doing a concept that has abnormal proportions, or you know, it's stylized and things like that, you definitely have to do these 3/4 view, or I mean orthographic views. Or if it's being outsourced, right? The artwork's being outsourced. It's just easier to do the ortho view so you don't have to go back and forth all the time with the artist to get it right. When I worked at Blizzard, it was we didn't have to do so many ortho views because we would just go to the 3D artist that was modeling our concepts and just sit down with them and, you know, go back and forth, talk with them about it, and that was usually enough. And those 3D artists were really talented, so they didn't really need a lot of babysitting, or they didn't need any babysitting. In terms of like telling them what to do, they already knew what they had to do just by looking at an image. So like a 3/4 view image, they could figure the rest out basically. Or I could just do a rough sketch like this and they could figure the rest out. So it was great working with those guys at Blizzard. But then again, every 3D artist is different, their skill level is different, so you have to be prepared to do 3D or orthographic views. Oops. Let's try something different. The mouth looks weird. Wow. I don't even know what this is supposed to look like. So we're just trying different things here before we settle. Alright, cool. So yeah, I'll do this probably on my own time, and I'll show you guys what it ultimately looks like. But for now, I'll leave it at this. Next week we will try a different concept. It might be a very detailed concept that I'm going to start exploring. Some kind of a creature. or monster type. Not sure yet. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys have a productive, good week. Audrey said that chin is serious. Yeah. All right, thanks everyone. It was good seeing you guys. Antonis, last question I'll answer Antonis's question. How is it like to work for big studios? It depends. There's pros and cons to everything. I prefer smaller studios or smaller departments. You just have more control, and you get to know everyone. You kind of get to work closely with everybody, right? In a larger company, you just have like usually one specific role, so you don't get to, you know, dip into all the different areas of the of production as much. So yeah, look, I could answer that question more next week, okay? But yeah, have a good week, guys. I'll see ya. Bye.